Hey everyone, Jeremy here. Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna right away apologize. The room is a little bit messy. I'm rearranging. I've got like a new couch coming in and stuff. So just apologies. Everything's in kind of a different place than it's going to end up. That out of the way, we're here today to watch the penultimate episode of the Acolyte. Ooh, what a weird ride it's been, at least for me. I know several people out there. This show has been very hit or miss. It's very strange. There are elements of this show I absolutely adore, but then there are certain elements I've really not been a fan of. So it's one of those shows that I can tell if they stick the landing, I'm gonna end up putting this in my I really liked this show pile. I just hope we can get there. Before we get into it though, if you do end up enjoying this, if you do want to see more content, please hit that like and subscribe. The like just gets me out there. It gets more people to notice me, and the subscribe, well, you just get to see more content. And also this full episode reaction will be up on the Patreon. All right, let's do this. Okay, flashback episode showing us what really happened. Feels odd that Jedi would just be mining, panning for gold here, boys.
I'm not hungry.
It's unwise to insult a Wookiee's cooking.
So there's some plants here. Big deal.
Calm yourself, Padawan.
Hmm.
Do not center around your anxieties.
We are looking for a virgins.
What's the versions?
A concentration of force energy centered around a location.
A virgins could create life.
So there was a vergence in the... Okay. They sensed it. They felt it. They felt the twins. And is this gonna be where we came into the original flashback?
Me?
Yep.
How'd you know I was here?
Ugh. So many bad things are gonna happen. Damn, Soul.
Your enemies will not warn you before they attack! Get up.
Indara, I know you would defer to the council, but I insist. Come with me. See what I have seen.
Oh, Soul has the best intentions. This is why he feels so much guilt. So much responsibility, really.
I find that hard to believe. Comin, Jedi Padawan, son of paupers from the planet Bonadon.
I can help you. I can help you. I can help you. I can help you. Do you wish to escape this planet? I can help you. You wish to return to Coruscant? Your master denies you.
This is before the black
I will
eyes.
keep you from what you want. Kneel.
Ooh. Okay. Coven way more chilling from this perspective.
Mama said everyone must walk through fear. Everyone must be sacrificed to fulfill their destiny.
What?
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Can I go now?
What?
The council said no. They will not sanction bringing the twins to Coruscant or separating them from their coven.
But there's something dangerous about those women.
But Osha paused.
After you coached her, do not alter this little girl's destiny because you have formed an emotional attachment to her.
That is not what's happening here. I want to do what's best for Osha.
You don't get to decide that.
Even identical twins would have different symbionts. This is impossible without some kind of manipulation.
The twins were artificially created?
Maybe by tapping into a power dense enough to split one consciousness into two bodies?
Only a virgins could create that type of power.
We just need proof of a virgins, and those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home.
Corbin, I always wondered if...
Take the ship!
What's wrong with you? I don't want to go.
You want to stop Osha from leaving? Then stop her. The Jedi will not warn you before they attack.
You may be their mother, but you are also our leader. Right now, I choose mother. Witches, arm yourselves!
Comin! I think they've locked the girls inside. The elevator's been disabled.
She really did. I wondered if this was real or not.
There's
Looks
no
like
way
it's
that
real.
we can land the ship there.
Oh, May didn't mean to do it. It's everyone's fault. It's just everyone's fault. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
The twins. Where did they come from? How were they created?
I was going to let Osha go. It's what she wants. It's what she wants. She chose you.
And why did you turn into a giant monster? Refusing to fight back. What is she doing?
You should not have brought him here.
No. My mind is fortified.
Not you.
Kel Naka. Dang. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't need the Force to kill you. What?
What have you done?
Osha!
Osha! May! Osha! May!
He can't save them both.
I must face the council.
Why would you do that to her?
After everything this little girl has lost tonight, you take away her dream as well?
They started a fire.
Wow. So we have our answers. And oh my goodness. There's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, everybody kept thinking, or at least myself kept thinking, that they adjusted Osha's memories. They didn't. They didn't have to. She literally just didn't witness anything. And they omitted things, and they told her that Osha started the fire. Or May started the fire. Oh. And I already know people are going to blame the Jedi, just fully go, oh, it's all the Jedi fault. And I'm actually watching this and thinking, it's everybody's fault. Every single person, except maybe Osha might be free and clear, but she's about the only one. Everyone else involved failed in some way. It's heartbreaking because it's all just a series of terrible decisions from everybody, from the Jedi to the Coven. It all started with Soul saw, that was hard to say, Soul saw what he believed were children in danger, which from the outside looking in like he was, it does look that way. You're anointing children over a giant pit with people in cloaks and hoods. That's a red flag. The child uses the word sacrifice, and then, but even going back further than that, just when he scoped out the castle, the way they were training the kids, the way they were like basically throwing the force at them, the way they were berating them at times. He just saw kids that could be in danger from people using the force in possibly a very dark way. It's crazy to me that Indara is the one that had the level head in all this. I always kind of figured she was the one behind, well, I figured Torben was probably a bigger instigator, which he was, but I didn't expect it to be Soul. What Soul was doing in this episode feels more like what I thought Indara did. So it blows my mind that it's the other way around. But getting back to how it's everyone's failings, and I just got done watching, so I'm sure it's going to take me a minute to unpack all this, and I cannot remember every single scene, so I'm trying my best here. So you've got Soul just misunderstanding the situation, but at the same time, the Coven, were they up to good? We still don't know. That is always going to be a mystery and something that we're all going to wonder. And we're always going to, well, unless they tell us eventually, but I prefer the mystery. I prefer the mystery because I prefer not knowing, just like the Jedi will never know. They will never know for sure that the girls were in danger. Well, clarifying that one real quick, Kelnaka, I think, may have figured it out. Hence, he had the symbol in his hut and had gone incommunicado. I think he had been studying the Coven and figured out what they were actually doing there, what that ceremony was, what they were about. He probably put it all together, but him being dead, he can't share that now. Soul never researched it. Indara seems to have never researched it. Torben just threw himself in kind of a vow of silence, to be honest. The Jedi equivalent. Everybody kind of hid from it except for Kelnaka, who ended up hiding from the Jedi instead. So go team. But they're not the only ones that failed here. The Coven, their mother, Coral, sorry. She straight up was ready to have a revolution over the fact that the Queen Mother, I just forgot her name, was going to let Osha go. And the whole Coven was ready to revolt. And because of that, because there was no even head that was going to prevail in that situation, there was going to never be any result than conflict. But had the Jedi not shown up, there would have been no conflict. Had Torben not run off and Sol chased after him, and they had left like Indara said, or they had just kept researching like they were supposed to do, or go to the council, actually is what they were supposed to do, they made a terrible choice. Just like the Coven made a terrible choice when they didn't honor the Queen Mother's wishes. They didn't honor Osha's wishes. All of these things are failings. All of these things led to the conflict that killed everyone and created a tragedy. Even the ending is heartbreaking to me because I don't think they did anything out of malice at the end. I don't think they were covering their own asses. I really don't. I think that Torben was fully willing to own up to his part. Sol absolutely was. He was ready to go. No, I'm going to tell everybody what happened. We got to. But Indara saw a different picture. She wasn't probably, I doubt Indara would have had any consequences. I mean, minor, but she isn't the one who went inside. She did not go into the castle after the children. She came there to retrieve her Jedi. She didn't participate at all. She would have been fine. She was the one person out of all of them that didn't have to fall on her sword. But she didn't want to see Sol throw his career away, throw his life away, essentially. He wanted to make sure that that child had a mentor, that had a new family, because let's be real, Sol got so attached to her so very fast. And Dara saw it. She pointed it out so many times, but she wasn't wrong. If he turned himself in, if he admitted everything, he would have been expelled and Osha would have been alone again. She would have lost her entire family. And then she would have lost the person that was supposed to be her protector, her new guardian. How do you do that? It's an impossible situation. It is such an impossible situation. And you can argue either side very easily. Personally, I'm torn. I'm torn on what they should have done. Well, obviously, they should have never, there's a lot of things that could have never been done. But I mean in the end, like at the end of the day, when everything already went wrong, what's the final choice here? That part is so troubling. That is so hard if you really think about it, because this guy truly cares for this child. Plus, Indara, I think, was protecting her own Padawan as well. I will throw that out there. I think there was a little bit of that as well. She didn't want to see Torben throw away his career either, because he is the one who rushed back there. He was the one that's like, no, this is the evidence we need. We've got to go back and get those kids. And Sol ran right after it. So I think she didn't want her impetuous Padawan to be kicked out of the order as well. But I think those were factors, but not what pushed it over the top. I think at the end, it was, we're going to leave this child alone with an order she's never met. How do we do that? After everything that just happened, how do we do that? This is, I'm not even saying she's right, by the way. I'm not even saying she's right. That, I think, is the point of this. The point is anybody right? Is anyone in this situation fully right? And is anyone fully wrong? It's such a complicated and messy issue that there's no way to fully say, in my opinion. There's no way to just go, oh, the Jedi did it all. Nah. They did some things wrong. They really did. But the Coven also did some really, really bad things. The Queen Mother invaded Torben's mind with every intention of possibly killing him if the Jedi didn't leave. What is that? I get it. She wanted to protect her Coven and her kids, but the Jedi had not made a single act towards them of ill will. They didn't do a thing. They, in fact, came there. They broke in, sure. They picked the lock, but that was because they disabled the lock. But they just walked in, didn't have lightsabers out, didn't have, you know, they had no aggressive intentions. And if anything, the first move, the first violent act out of any of them was the Queen Mother, because she is the one who attacked Torben. That's why I mean, this is complicated and messy. Because if you wanted to sit there and go, she hit us first. You can do that. And you're right. Oh, and even Saul saving Osha over May. I appreciated his acting in that scene. Oh my goodness. Because that man was struggling. He was trying to save both. And you could see the pain in his face. He wanted to save them both, but he knew he wasn't going to be strong enough to keep both of them. It was brutal to watch for me. Because I love Saul. I do. And the fact that he had to choose. Because I can't save both, so he chose one he knew he could save. That's an impossible situation. It was either save one or save neither. This is awful. This is such a mess. Now, I do have a question, and I don't know if I just missed this. Do we know what happened to Coral? Their mother? Because she misted and jetted. She just GTFO'd. I don't know. Is she still out there? I'm taking that as she's still out there, but why would she still be out there if... I mean, she could have been there saving Osha and May. I'm really confused on that one. That is the one thing I may need to go back and check and see what in the world happened to her, because I didn't see her in the bodies. It was turning to that mist like a final form, and she was never going to be corporeal again. I genuinely don't understand what happened there. Speaking of, also, Queen Mother doing the same thing. I felt like in that moment, she was going to attack them. But then she went and goes, I was going to let her leave. Lady, then why did you turn into a giant smoke monster? We all know giant smoke monsters are bad. We've all seen Lost. They are bad. And most of us have seen Green Lantern, unfortunately. We know they're real bad, but sometimes for different reasons. So again, not knowing what was about to happen there, was Saul right? Did he need to protect himself in that situation? It doesn't add up. That does not add up to me at all. Maybe I just need to rewatch the scene. If you guys have theories and whatnot about that scene, please leave them in the comments, because that one is a scene between both mothers are where I'm really confused on what was going on there. Like, they both smoked out, and I have no idea what they were up to. We do know that according to canon, you cannot teleport in Star Wars. So then I'm guessing they were changing into non-corporeal? Or were they doing what Marin does in the Jedi series, the games, where she basically moves extremely fast, but she basically turns into a puff of smoke and is gone. She just jets super fast. So I don't know if it's that or something similar, but I don't know if, I really don't know. That one's baffling me. It's still possible. We'll find out Coral is around. Maybe that'll happen next week. Maybe we'll find out she knows Chimera and they're best buddies. I don't know. It's very possible. But it's also possible that Chimera, he didn't know any of them at all. Never did. Just happened to come across May one day and decide, hey, you'd be a good pupil. All right, I'm going to end it there. That was a lot. Oh my, there was so much to this episode. All right, let me know your theories and thoughts, please. I am so dying to talk about this episode. What do you think? Are you on, one side or the other? Do you think the Coven was fully in the right? Do you think the Jedi was fully in the right? Whatever. Just, give me why. I don't mind. I don't mind having a discussion about this. And I can see both sides, so I get it. Do you think that Coral is still out there and knows Comin, the stranger, the master? What do you think the ultimate fate of the girls in the coven was going to be? Whatever your thoughts, leave them in the comments below. Like I mentioned up top, if you want to see this whole reaction, it's up on my Patreon. And if you liked this video, hit like and subscribe. All right, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. You are just wonderful for giving me your time today. I appreciate it so very much that you've hung out this long, listened to my little ramblings about how I feel about this episode. And I love doing this. I love talking to all of you. So please feel free to comment away. And I will obviously be doing a spoiler chat this weekend. Plug. All right. Appreciate you. Really do. Take care. Bye-bye.